You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John.
Greetings, Earthlings and locally hated feral cat owners, or previous owners. The feral cat population is killing our wildlife. You don't hear bobwhite quails anymore. You don't hear as many whippoorwills. But hey, we saved cats, so yay.
Yeah, the number's in the billions that house cats kill. Yeah. They estimate, of course, they have no clue, but the number they estimate is in the billions, which is pretty wild.
My dogs, by the way, they're out there doing the Lord's work. They're killing armadillos on the reg.
Yeah.
I don't know how Juno does it, but I guess she just makes them have a heart attack. They got a weak respiratory system, so.
Yeah, well, you got to be careful with those things, man. Don't they carry all kinds of diseases?
Leprosy.
That's it, man.
Yeah, but I
don't want your dogs to go to a leper colony.
No, Juno wouldn't get in the car anyway. So it's episode 197 of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John. I'm Chuck. That's John. I may not sound like it, but I'm actually a ball of energy this morning.
Yeah.
I feel like I got this Forrest Whitaker eye trying to start up over here. I don't know what's
going
on with that.
Maybe it's just your Psycho DeVille's hat.
It could be. You can actually see my eyes this week. Yeah, I had to rock the Psycho DeVille's hat. I don't know. I was feeling like it. It felt like a good day. Friends with Walt on Facebook and get to see some of the cool stuff he's doing. So,
right. That's awesome. They're an interesting band. Everybody look them up.
Yeah. Flames is a true story. Little rockabilly band out of Jackson.
Yeah, check them out. Psycho DeVille's.
They've actually been in some movies too. They were in one of the. I think we've talked about it on here. They were in one of the Johnny Cash movies.
Oh.
They played the Cadillac or 3, that band that he had. I think is the name of it. I could be totally wrong.
The Walk the Line movie with Joaquin Phoenix?
It wasn't that one. It was the other one that come out around the same time.
Oh, yeah. That other one that wasn't as good. No offense to them. It wasn't their fault.
Yeah, it wasn't their fault. They did their job, but they didn't have Joaquin.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix kind of stole the show. And June Carter, who played that? Reese Witherspoon. She did a great job as June Carter.
Yeah, so it's time for the weekend review.
It is. What'd you get into this weekend, man?
Dude, so it was the third week with no racing.
Yeah.
This week was it was scheduled to be off. So, it was supposed to be no racing. So we were supposed to race 2 weeks in a row, then be off a week, then race. But, the weather had other plans.
Right. Well, even if you guys tried to race this weekend, it probably would have been rained out again, man.
Yeah. Well, actually, they got the race in.
There was a race?
Yeah, there was a race. We just wasn't.
I got you.
On the schedule. So, yeah.
That's impressive. I'm surprised they raced. It was some pretty heavy rain, dude. But it was mostly early, right? Most of the rain came pretty early.
Yeah, it come pretty early. It was a lot of rain.
It was a lot of rain.
Dude, Friday? Was it Friday? No, Friday I washed my truck. Friday night into Saturday morning there was a good bit of rain.
Was that the first wash on the new truck?
No, I've washed it several times. I try to keep it looking halfway decent.
I didn't know. I just wanted to check.
But the name of that movie was Ring of Fire. They were in the Ring of Fire movie.
Ring of Fire. Okay.
Yeah, it come out in 2013.
Why does everything they do have to do with fire?
I don't know. That's weird.
Literally, they're followed by fire. It's just everywhere they go.
That's funny. So, what did we? Oh yeah. So I did a bunch of housework. I cut grass. I got up and cut grass Friday morning. Cleaned up on my truck. Charlie was pretty much gone all weekend.
What was he up to?
There was graduation things and parties and
Gotcha.
get-togethers and
Yeah.
and all that. So he was gone all weekend. Me and Mary Beth cooked the steak, not just a steak. I believe that steak had its own area code.
Yeah, man, that was a monster. You sent me a picture of that thing. How was it?
It was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was. You eat so many steaks now,
Mm-hmm.
doing what I do. So, it was really nice to have a quality steak.
Sure.
It wasn't the best one I've had from there, and I don't think it was there from Huckabee's. I don't think it was the problem with the Huckabee steak. I think I had tried a new pellet in my pellet grill, and it was supposed to be charcoal flavored, just classic charcoal. But it tasted like plastic. You could taste a tinge of plastic in it. Oh. And Mary Beth didn't notice it, but since I cook on that thing almost every day, I could tell.
Sure.
So I promptly got rid of those pellets and bought some more.
Gotcha. Get rid of that. But you had a baked potato too. How was that?
I had half of a baked potato. We split a baked potato. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Mary Beth asked me, she goes, "Can we just get a pizza?" I'm like, "No." I said, "Look, you're 2 weeks away from pizza."
Yeah.
You're 2 weeks away from pizza, and you're 2 weeks away from a donut. We're gonna knock those two out in the same day, so we can both be miserable. Because she's been eating pretty good too.
Right.
But yeah, the donut is coming.
Yes. Now, do you want to give an update? What's your weight update, dude?
272.
Ooh, Chucker, you are closing in on that. What's the next big mark for you? What is
50
that?
pounds 50? Lost?
Yeah, 50, man. Holy smokes. Wow. Yeah. You are closing in on 50 pounds, man.
Yeah. I'm within a day or two maybe of 50 pounds. I tend to lose more weight Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Why do you think that is?
Big weight. I don't know, but that's my big movers. I know why on the week. I think what it is I eat more calories on the weekend, and it gets that trigger going.
Yeah. Are you more? You're probably a little more active during the week, having to do 8 hours of work.
Probably. But it is what it is. It's as long as it's going down, even if it goes down slow.
Yeah.
As long as I see a change, I stay encouraged. I get on the scales a lot. It's weird. You can get up in the morning, and this is what those fighters deal with when they go to weigh in. I can get up in the morning, go straight to the scales, and it be like, say, 272. I could go drink 2 bottles of water in my coffee and not go to the bathroom or anything, and you can actually see the water weight coming right back on.
Wow, like so, real time.
Like yeah. I've played with it just to see, like I can come home from work after I've drank all that water all night long, and be nowhere near where I was at that morning when I got up.
Wow.
It's weird. But they say, anybody says weigh at the same time every day. So I weigh at the same time every day and go by that.
Yeah. Those fighters, man, they're on a different level. Some of those guys put on, and I don't know how they do it. Like the weight loss is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
They're on death's doorstep. They dehydrate themselves so much.
And then
some of them can put on 30 pounds in 24 hours before they get in the ring. Like that's what without IVs. Like, well, how are you putting back on 25, 30 pounds? Some of these dudes,
a gallon of water weighs 8 pounds.
8, 16, 24. So yeah, 3 gallons of water.
3 gallons of water, some carbs to get you some energy, that carb energy for the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I wish they would let them do IVs. The thing about it is like, I wish they could cut out weight cutting somehow, but they won't ever do that.
I don't think there's a way to get around that.
No, I think the fighters are always going to do that, man. It's legal cheating, is what it is. It's a way to get around.
So how many days is the weigh-ins? 2 days before?
1 day, 24 hours before.
The only way
you can weigh in, like you have a time window, but yeah.
Yeah, the only way that they could get around it, I think, is you step on the scales, then step in the ring.
They used to do that, and guys would still weight cut. The weigh-ins used to be the day of the fight. Right. And then they realized that like this is even more unhealthy for the fighter. So they
that's on them. They're taking a bigger chance at losing.
Yeah, I think I talked about it on the show, but there is an organization over there in Asia called One Championship, and they do some sort of rehydration test on their fighters.
Yeah,
where like they can tell if they've been depleting themselves of water and like trying to cut all that weight. There was apparently some ways around that already. You know, everybody's going to find a way.
Oh, I mean, that's what you do. If you're competing, you find a way to get an advantage.
Right.
I don't like to call it cheating. It's not cheating. It's advantages.
It's sanctioned cheating. It's legal cheating.
So, but yeah, man, we had a good weekend. We sat out on the porch, listened to music till about dark.
That's good, man.
Finished White Lotus this weekend. I mean, we just had a really low key weekend. It was nice.
We kind of did the same thing, man. We played a lot of poker with the neighbors this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of poker lately for some reason.
Are y'all got any skin in the game, or y'all just
No. Fake money. Fake money.
Fake money. Okay.
Yeah, I would not be happy if we played with like real money. I can't do it, dude. I can't play with real money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not in my personality.
Yeah.
I can play and have fun when it's fake money.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's fun. Like Monopoly.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're not going and brokering any real estate deals.
No,
in real life. Those storms were pretty cool.
Yeah, man. It was kind of touch and go here where I live. It seemed like you'd get some rain and then not, get some rain and then not. It was off and on for most of the weekend.
I enjoy a morning thunderstorm. I don't know why. It's just there's something peaceful about a morning thunderstorm, especially when you can look at the forecast and you know it's going to be gone in a couple hours.
Yeah. That one was an odd shape too. You sent me a picture, a screenshot of that thing.
It looked like it was running.
It kind of looked like
a saw blade or something,
and like a bunch of legs almost. Yeah. I kind of had like this octopus feel to it.
Yeah, so that was interesting. But I mean, other than that, I've got a special. Well, I don't know where she went. I have a special guest in the studio.
Oh, who's that
today? Bean, Sierra's dog.
Oh, that's right. You guys are dog sitting.
We are dog sitting this week, and I tell you what, that's a good dog.
You like old Bean?
Bean's a pretty decent dog. She comes when you ask her to come, and she just does really good.
Oh, good.
So
you don't want to be on the show, though, huh?
No, she was in here beside me a while ago. Oh, there she is. She's laying outside the door. She's guarding the garden.
Gotcha. Good dog.
Yeah. But
in the news this week, Chucker, we got we've got Pete Rose, man. Pete Rose has been reinstated by the MLB and can now be inducted into the Hall of Fame. How are you feeling about this, man?
I'm glad. You know, I don't think they should have. I think they should have done this before he died.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking. I got Google pulled up. I said Pete Rose Hall of Fame. The National Review one day ago did an article that says keep Pete Rose out of the Baseball Hall of Fame. They act like this Baseball Hall of Fame is something that's pure.
Yeah. The writers are extremely biased people.
Look, baseball writers are some of the most aggravating human beings in the world.
Yeah, you cannot please them. That's for sure. They are very, very hard to please. Like no one has gotten a unanimous vote into the Hall of Fame. Even the guys who deserve it, like Ichiro. Ichiro deserved a unanimous vote. Like you can't get it.
Yeah, they're not. They can't be happy people.
No, man. No.
They all seem like they share a lot of commonalities with a lot of these politics writers.
Oh yeah,
where it's like,
writers.
Yeah, they feel like, we should be doing this. We should be the ones playing baseball because we're going to keep it pure.
Yeah, it does have almost like that elitist vibe to it, right? Like how political commentaries, like they seem to kind of talk down to people and like tell you how you should think, and that's kind of like how baseball writers are. They're like, holier than thou. No, you don't understand. I've been writing about this for the last 20 years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're not allowed to be excited for your team.
Yeah.
Especially if their team starts with the Braves. They hate the Braves. It's like Pete Rose and then the Braves. Is their two most hated. Now, the Yankees, they love the freaking Yankees.
Yeah.
But they're all from New York. ESPN's the worst.
ESPN is the worst. ESPN is the worst.
You know, they sit there and talk. They badmouth homers like Skip Carey.
Mm-hmm.
That, being a homer.
Mm-hmm.
But then they go and orally please the Yankees like they do.
The Yankees and the Dodgers. I mean, they definitely placate to the big markets, right? When the Cubs were on their run, the ESPN was pretty sold into the Cubs, right?
The Cubbies.
It's all about the big markets for them. It's rare that they show the Braves. I mean, just because we get some exciting young talent, you might see a clip of, a Ronald Acuna Jr. home run or an Austin Riley home run or something like that. But like, they're really not going to get behind the Braves. Not for the most part. They're not. Some of their analysts do, but it's rare that you'll see the whole network like on the same page with the Braves.
And then you look at like keeping Dale Murphy out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's wrong.
When you look at his statistics against other Hall of Famers, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But he did it all with the Braves in the 80s, which makes it even more impressive.
True. Because
the 80s Braves were stressful.
Yeah. Awful.
I remember going to Fulton County Stadium and there being empty seats.
Oh, sure.
Lots of them. You would go to see who was coming to the team. Who was you know what I'm saying? Like, now I did get to see at Fulton County Stadium, the Braves play the Reds and Pete was manager.
Oh, really? When was that?
Let's see. I was playing T-ball at the time.
Okay.
So 85.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say he was the manager between 84 and 86.
Yeah,
so he was the player manager.
Yeah, so it was
the
right
last
there.
Player manager, actually.
Right. Because Mom wanted to see. Mom's like, we couldn't see Pete Rose.
Yeah,
Mom was excited about it, and we
That's
got
a
to
pretty
see
big deal.
Treadway.
Yeah,
so Jeff Treadway was. So my T-ball coach was Jeff Treadway's big brother.
No way.
Yeah, so I went to school with like his nephews and everything. I mean, it was like, Jeff Treadway and Griffin was like a hero because he made it, but you would see him around town. Like he'd come to one of my T-ball games. I've played T-ball in front of Jeff Treadway.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool story, man. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you played T-ball.
Yeah, man. That was horrible. You want to know how bad I was at T-ball?
Sure.
I would play the pitching position.
Ooh.
I stood at the pitcher's mound.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's how I'm not an athlete. That's why I don't understand Charlie.
Well, it just skipped a year.
Yeah.
You know, it skipped a
Yeah.
generation or whatever. That's all. Because your dad played a lot of football, right?
Dad played football. He lettered in football, baseball. He played some tennis.
Yeah. Oh wow, tennis being actually one of the most demanding out of all of those.
He didn't do that. I don't think he played that in high school. I think he just played that with just recreationally fun. But he did play tennis
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Let's
People
throw
that play
sport in there.
like when you play tennis for fun,
Yeah.
that's miserable.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not like you're going to play golf for fun.
Right. Yeah, golf you can at least drink some brews, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like have a good time with your boys.
Tennis, you got to run around.
Oh, dude, tennis is nonstop and you get all into it and like if you don't have a choice though. Like if you don't get into the game, it's going to be an awful game.
Right.
Like golf, you can just completely joke around the whole time and have a fantastic game.
Yeah. Oh, I shot 400. It's like bowling. I was off tonight, boys, but I had a good time.
Yeah. Well, when we went bowling last weekend for Andy's birthday, I went from first to worst.
Oh, so we didn't talk about, what was your score?
I bowled my first game. I bowled a 120, I think, or something like that.
Wow, you broke
I broke 100 like easily. And then my next game, I think I bowled a 48.
Whoa.
something really bad.
Your wrist got tired.
Yeah, my fingers and wrist got tired, but I have like these weird cysts and stuff in my wrist, so like it's not a easy thing for me to do, bending my wrist. I have to keep it straight at all times.
Yeah, your wrist got tired is what happened there.
Yeah.
Do you put the little spin on the ball?
No, I don't. I just huck that baby down the lane, dude, and hope for the best. I have zero technique.
I used to could put the spin on it. I had some friends that bowled in the league. I've got one friend, I believe he's had a perfect game.
Whoa, you know someone who's bowled 300.
I know. So he's bowled a perfect game, at least one.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad had 2 rings.
Dang.
Bowling a perfect game. Yeah.
Dang. That's impressive, man. Yeah, that takes a lot of work, dude. That takes a lot of work to be that good at bowling.
Yeah, well, this dude worked at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, that helps.
That helped him, but I don't know what his dad's excuse was. He was just good.
his dad put his son to work there probably so he could bowl for free.
His dad was a UPSer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he was a driver. Yeah.
That's cool. Perfect game, man. That's an accomplishment in my book. Why is it so satisfying to hit all them pins over? And like same with darts or archery, like hitting the bullseye in darts or hitting the bullseye in archery. Like what is it about hitting those perfect targets? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It just gives you that whole you've accomplished your goal.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of, right? Like I'm setting my mind to this. I have to, not only am I focused on this, but I'm going to pull off this physical action and make it happen. Kind of like pool too. Pool is a little bit satisfying in that same way when you're able to get the ball in the pocket like perfect and you line up your angles and all that stuff. Same with bowling. Like when you get that perfect angle on the pins, man, and you get that spare or the strike or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You get, even if it's like a hard last few pins you got laying out there, like it's so satisfying.
I tell you what's more satisfying than a strike is picking up the split.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah, when you can pick up that split right on a consistent basis.
Yeah, not luckily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got semi-consistent on it. I used to bowl a lot.
Okay, I was about to ask you, how much time do you think you've spent inside of a bowling alley? Like total in your life? Would it amount to days?
Oh yeah.
You spent days in a bowling alley.
Yeah. Yeah, because that same guy let us bowl for free.
Oh, nice. Nice.
You'd show up on Friday night. I mean, we'd be there every night.
Yeah.
and bowl at least 1 or 2 games.
I think in my life, I've probably been bowling a dozen times.
No, I've done that so I've been to the bowling alley twice in one day.
Whoa.
Yeah, like been there at lunch and then gone back and done whatever I was doing, then go back in the evening.
But you were never part of a league? Why did you bowl so much and not be part of a league?
Because I could barely break 100.
You were never good at bowling. You just loved it.
Yeah, I enjoy the sport.
Yeah.
I'm like one of those golfers that, would just go out there just to do it.
Right.
Same
I'm
way
the
with
same
pool.
with the bow and arrow. I'm not very good at the bow and arrow. Like I have my days, but I'm not very good with the bow and arrow.
With
love
pool,
it.
I never got good at it.
No, but pool is so fun.
Yeah,
it's hard to get good at pool. Very difficult.
I tell you who will freaking sneak up on you on a pool table is Mary Beth. It ain't even fun to play with.
She's a shark, dude.
For no more than she plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty good. If she played a lot, if she played consistent and like stuck with it, it would be pretty scary.
That's one thing we normally get into with the neighbors too. They've got a small barroom sized pool table, and we normally get into that during the summer months too. It's so much fun, man. Pool is one of my favorite things to do.
A garage,
and it's relaxing. It doesn't take for me, it doesn't take a lot of physical energy.
Yeah, a garage pool table is fun.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You got the open air. It's just a neat thing. Hey, Bean.
Trying to make the appearance.
Yeah. Speak. Let him hear you. Speak. No. Okay. She barked at me this morning when I got up. I'm like, why are you barking at me? I'm supposed to be here.
Right. Hey, let's stay in the world of weird sports real quick since we've been talking about them. Chess, dude. Have you heard of the Grandmaster champion Magnus Carlsen before?
Yes, Magnus Carlsen is a freaking weird dude. Like, to play chess on the level that he plays. So he will show up late for a tournament. The guy's already made a move, and he sits down and goes, toot, 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 and the game is over.
Yeah, it's kind of freakish to watch. Yeah. He became a chess grandmaster at the age of 13.
Yeah, he's like a robot.
He is very, very impressive. And he's had some awesome matches against Gary Kasparov back in the day. He's very, very good at chess. Anyway, he started this thing back at the beginning of April, and it looks like it's finally coming to a close. He decided to play a game of chess against the world.
Right.
So there are people online, and there's approximately 140,000 people who are participating in this.
Okay.
And they're able to vote on the move to make against Magnus. So you've got Magnus Carlsen's mind against 140,000 minds.
Yeah, and they're talking like it's probably going to end in a draw.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy. It's insane to think about. I honestly envisioned him winning, but to think about one mind versus 140,000 minds, like to think about it that way, is really crazy. But the way they're gonna win is by checking his king 3 times or whatever. So it's kind of a weird way to win.
What that means?
Well, so it's freestyle chess. So like every time, all right. So I can't remember how it goes exactly, but like almost after every sequence of moves, or after every couple of moves or something like that, they just totally change up the board, except for the pawns. All of the pawns stay in place, but all your rooks and bishops and all that stuff gets mixed around. And it's just like, what? And so that keeps you from like memorizing. That's the whole idea behind it, is you can't just memorize a specific course of action and takes a lot more thought or something. I don't know. Yeah. So it's a pretty specific style of chess that they're playing. However, it's pretty fascinating. Magnus Carlsen versus 140,000 people, dude.
Yeah, you got to have mad respect for that dude because
yeah, for sure.
What he does, he is the best. He's like the Dale Earnhardt of chess.
Yeah, he is an odd duck, but you have to respect him, dude. You have to respect him.
Yeah.
You ready for a quick ad break, man?
Let's get that ad break in, and then we'll get back to some more serious things in the world.
That's right.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs in the metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back from that ad break. Last night's coffee. This is let's do the rest of the show in PRN voices. Would you want to do that? I don't know
if I could make it through the whole show.
Do you think? Let's do this next segment in PRN.
I could.
Joe, former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with cancer.
Mm-hmm. It's a very aggressive form of prostate cancer, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
It has gone to his bones, and even is probably going to be fatal. Now, the experts say that former President Joe Biden's cancer is no longer curable, but treatable. Do you think they will give him the Jimmy Carter drug?
No, dude. He does not earn that. He has not earned the Jimmy Carter drug.
No.
He's not going to make it to 99.
So they said, well, he's already 82. He's only got a few years to go. They said that, and this was, I forgot, I was listening to some things about it. And they were saying there is no way this was a liberal doctor. This wasn't, a Republican talk piece. This was a liberal guy that's known liberal.
Sure.
They said there's no way with as much as he's monitored that they didn't know that he had it. And Absolutely. There's also where he slips up and he talks about having cancer in one interview.
Oh, really? And we just didn't know, so it never became a big deal.
We thought it was a Biden brain slip.
Oh, man. So they probably knew about this during the pregnancy. During the
What's on your mind, John?
Yeah, for real. During the presidency, and hid it from everybody. Now, is that right? Is that okay? I mean, FDR ran without telling people he was in a wheelchair, right? It was all kind of political stunt.
Man, I don't know. Your medical history is supposed to be private.
Yeah.
HIPAA and all that.
Sure.
But at the same time, you're also running the world, basically.
And started to run again.
Yeah. There's no telling who was actually running things and what they told him.
If you think about it now, Chuck, they probably did know about it, and he probably was receiving treatments, and a lot of that was chemo brain.
Chemo does mess with you.
It messes with the mind a lot, dude. A lot of people have adverse effects from radiation in the brain, man. And I mean, if you think about it now, chemo brain could be part of the issue, because it was. You remember when he ran, it wasn't that bad.
Right.
And then afterwards, it was a steep decline.
Right.
Just wonder, I wonder what the trigger was. Could have been.
Well, they're saying that, as much blood work as the president has, they had to have seen it. And if they would actually had come out beforehand and said, hey, this is going on, they could have actually saved him.
Well, he had to have been getting the treatment. We just didn't know about it. There's no way they left him untreated. They had to have detected it, right?
Yeah.
His white blood cell count alone was probably through the roof trying to fight that cancer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
but it's sad. It's sad.
Cancer sucks. It don't matter how piece of a junk human you are.
Sure.
Cancer's not cool.
Cancer sucks, man.
Now,
next on the list,
ex-FBI boss interviewed by Secret Service over Trump seashell post.
Yeah, so Comey decided to post, I think on Twitter, right, or X, whatever.
X.
He took a picture, I assume on vacation, where he made 86-47.
No, he just come across that. It was just the shells fell that way.
No, pretty sure he put him in that design with the numbers 86-47, and he posted that on social media.
Yeah.
Now, Chucker, are you familiar with the term 86?
Yes, the mafia uses that one.
Yeah. I mainly know it from working in a restaurant, right? We would use that as a term.
86 that order.
Yeah, 86 that order, or 86, nachos. We're out of chips, 86 chips. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? 86 the cheese. We're out of this cheese. Don't order that anymore. Kill any orders. Take it off the menu.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the ex-FBI director posting that to social media? I mean,
what
it
kind of shows. It kind of shows he was in on it on this first assassination tip, at least.
Ooh, you think it ties into that?
Yeah. Yeah, that dude had been going back and forth to Washington.
Yeah. Yep.
They put the fat Secret Service lady on him instead of quality people. The FBI couldn't find anything. Yeah, they're all dirty, and I don't understand why. What is their point of being dirty? Not just towards Trump, but look at the Las Vegas shooting. How they covered that up,
Dude, we still don't know the truth about the Las Vegas shooting.
There's so many things that just don't make sense. And it's like, why do you want to be so evil, Yeah. Why do you just not want to, why do they not wake up in the morning and go, I just need to do the right thing?
Now, to play devil's advocate a little bit, if I may. Comey was fired by Trump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was 86'd by Trump. You're fired.
You could say Comey has a little personal vendetta against Trump, right? All right. And what if Comey didn't understand the full aspect of the term 86 and he thought, it could mean impeachment or something, just not murder?
Well, if he don't know the full term, then he is not a very good law enforcement agent. You know what I mean? Because part of your job is to learn different slangs.
Sure. You would think at some point in time he was involved in some sort of gang investigation, mafia investigation, some kind of criminal investigation that involved the term.
Because
86.
I guarantee you, if he found something that said, "Oh, they're going to 86 John Gotti,"
right,
he would immediately go, "Oh, they're planning to kill John Gotti." He would immediately go to it.
Sure, yeah. And if he saw a post from Trump that said 86 Comey,
he would immediately assume that it was murder. But when it's on the other foot, he don't look at it that way. Oh no, is that what that means?
Yeah. He wants to play dumb. I cannot recall. Isn't that what Hillary always said?
These people cannot be so stupid. It's almost like we need to start looking at how the Chinese does stuff and just start disappearing some people like this.
Ooh, I don't know about that, man. I'm not going to jump on the Chinese bandwagon. Let's act like China.
It works for. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do, but you know what? Some of it would just be easier to deal with if they just disappeared some people.
It certainly would be easier to deal with. However,
the Clintons don't mind it.
No. So is this past the point of free speech? Is 8647, in your opinion, posting a picture of that to social media, is that past the point of free speech? Has he crossed a line?
Well, okay, I will use their they tried to say that Trump didn't have free speech when he made his January 6th speech, that he crossed the line. Okay.
So by inciting
that he incited it by his words.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're going to say that for Trump because of his position, that he shouldn't have been saying that, then the FBI director shouldn't be saying that.
So you think he did in fact cross a line?
I think he did, just because of his position.
Because of Trump's position or Comey's position?
No, Comey's position, or where he was. Like, there's some stuff when you make it to a certain point of any job that you can't say anymore.
Yeah.
Even if it's a joke, you can't say it. You'll get in trouble.
Sure. But yet, Luigi over there kind of gets like fanboyed, right? It's going back to, the guy who murdered the United Healthcare CEO. He kind of got fanboyed, right? Like, he actually has some people who don't disagree with his actions.
But he wasn't an FBI director. He was a normal citizen for the most part.
Sure.
So it's not like a government agent is saying kill the insurance people.
Yeah, sure. Former government agent. Right. Yeah. And I mean, right now you could probably anyone could post a picture of 86 P Diddy or something like that, and the whole world would get behind that.
There's plenty of memes out there. The best one is 86 pedos. Dead pedophile does not reoffend.
That is very true. I've read that before.
Yeah. I don't understand why in the world our justice system, somebody gets in trouble for drugs, they might go do a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gets in trouble for pedophilia, they might go do 6 or 7 years.
Mm-hmm. Somebody
doesn't do their taxes right, and they end up in jail for 20 to life.
Yeah.
What? This is the taxes. That's money. That's not affecting people.
It goes to show you what our justice system and government care about.
Yeah. Like if you don't pay your taxes, that's not affecting a person. That is not physically altering a person's brain chemistry for the rest of their life.
Nope.
But you're going to punish them harder. You know, and that's, I have a little bit of a problem with that. But anyway.
And do you really own your home if you're paying taxes on it for the rest of your life? Did you see where a couple of states have abolished property taxes recently? Like, I think Florida was the last one to do it, was the most recent one to do it, where they just said like, oh, you're, after a certain dollar amount or whatever it is, I can't remember what it is, but it's like, no, you're done. You're good.
Yeah. Which is how it ought to be.
Yeah. Because you don't own your home. Because if they can take it away, then you don't own it.
Right. It's like, you remember, you used to always have to, you still got to buy a tag every year, but you used to have to pay your ad valorem tax on your car every year.
every single year.
Now you pay it at purchase.
Yep.
And it's done. You've paid that.
Yes.
No matter what happens to the value of the car, whether it goes up or down, left or right.
Yep.
It's the taxes are paid on it.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. It's much more convenient, man.
That's how it should be when
like the $25, $26, whatever it is.
Yeah. You ought to pay your house fees when you buy a piece of property, one and done.
One and done, dude. Don't keep charging me year after year after year, and reserve the right to take it away from me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You are renting from the government.
I don't like that.
You're leasing your property, basically.
That's right.
But are you ready for a reaction video? Let's do something a little. This one is pretty fun. Yeah,
send me the reaction video. I'm excited. Am I gonna laugh?
No, I think you're gonna be more amazed than.
Oh, okay. Even better.
I think you're just gonna be in awe.
$250 off.
Take her to the room for me.
Oh my gosh. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Unbelievable. Do storms really sneak up on you that fast when you're offshore? Like, how do you get mixed up in something like that, Chucker?
You didn't pay attention to the weather before you went out?
I was about to say, like, can the most experienced fisherman get stuck out there in this stuff? Or is it just like really not paying attention?
250 miles out, there's not really a forecast for that.
True.
I don't think. But you know, those boats, if he's got that many motors, he's got radar. He knew that storm was coming, and he knew how far away it was, so he didn't get stuck.
Kind of a show off, right?
Yeah, he was showing off because that boat will run 70 probably.
Yeah.
If the storm's running 40, you can get away from that.
But the beautiful camera shots he got with that, man, that is absolutely amazing.
The sunset was pretty cool because you know those storms will come up and go away.
Yeah.
But 250 miles out, dude, you're hauling butt to get back.
Oof. That's beautiful, man. I like that.
So,
how about a meme, man? You got a meme for me this week, brother?
Yes. It's a little bit of local news in this meme.
Okay. I don't mind that at all. We are homers here on the podcast.
Yeah. This is let me find it. There. Okay, we have a new law in Georgia.
New law?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've solved all the other problems.
Cornbread is now the official state bread of Georgia after Governor Kemp signed it into law. Is this real?
I have not confirmed. Oh. I don't want to.
Yeah, let's just act as if.
This is real.
Yeah. You heard it here, folks. Cornbread is the official bread of Georgia, and I love it. I'm here for it. Man, when you have fried chicken and collard greens and black eyed peas and like all that kind of stuff, you have to have cornbread.
Cornbread is it's some say it could be one of the building blocks of life.
I do confirm that cornbread is a building block of life. Yeah, that's the title of the show. Thank you for coming up with that, Chucker.
Dude,
appreciate it, man.
Cornbread with freaking barbecue is good.
Yeah. You know what I've really gotten accustomed to is cornbread in my chili. I've gotten real accustomed to that. I like it a lot. Not a fan? Are you a plain chili guy? Do you put cheese? Do you put sour cream? Do you put chives?
Cheese and sour cream.
Okay, no bread.
No bread.
Crackers? Saltines?
No.
Whoa.
I don't like beans in it.
You don't like what?
Beans and chili.
Whoa, so you're just a beef?
I'm a Texas chili guy.
Wow, that's hot dog chili.
No, it's Texas chili.
I call it hot dog chili when you ain't got no beans.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Did you know a lot of actual hot dog chili does have beans in it, but it's been run through a blender, so it's smooth and saucy.
Oh, really? That makes sense. That makes sense. Oh. No, man, I gotta have beans in mine. I like red beans, black beans. I like any of it, man. Throw some pintos in there. I don't care.
Yeah, it's
just more protein, the real building block of life.
Yeah. So
been a good show, Tucker.
It's been a good show.
We got some shout outs, right?
Yeah.
Shout out the Eating Chambers channel over on YouTube. Make sure you check him out.
The
Chef
Eating
Drew always
Chambers.
cooking up some hot stuff over there.
Got man, I just pulled up Charlie's
his sponsor list. You got to read them off, man.
I'm gonna read them off this week.
Go ahead.
Because they help us out with our racing a lot, and that lets me have the time to do this show because I'm not having to go out and beat the bushes for money. So you got Speed Use, Synergy Speed Lab, Wynn's Pharmacy, 3C's Science and Graphics, Mickey Scott's Barbershop, Trinity Fleet Service, Daytona 1, Da Vinci's New York Style Pizza, Parker Lane's Lemonade, Ember and Oak Mobile Cigar Lounge. Last night's coffee with Chuck and John is on the list. How about that? Exterior Tradition. They do remodeling. And Broughton Boat Right Racing is on this list. 3C's Lawn Care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Charlie's cutting grass. He's been pretty doggone busy. He got up this morning before I got up and cut grass. Somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd he get the 3C's from?
He just liked that logo, so he decided to go with the 3C Science and Graphic ones. He goes, I'm just going to change the 3C's Lawn Care. I was like, cool.
Oh, well, you got 3C's as your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah, we have 3C's in our family.
We have 3 L's.
Yeah. And holding.
No more L's for us, dude. No more kids for us. I took care of that long ago. I do need to go get checked, man.
Yes. We even got a C as a grandkid.
You do? Yeah, that's true.
So shout out Chloe. She's out there being a beach bum this week.
Hey, is this her first trip to the beach?
Second
trip. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's starting to enjoy it a little bit. She can play in the sand this time, probably.
Oh yeah. They said she's having a good time.
Yeah, that's good, man.
So,
that's good. She can get knocked over by the waves a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The tide is. Sierra was telling me the way the tide was coming in, that it's making some little kiddie pool areas for her to play in.
Nice.
Late in the afternoon, so she really likes that.
Yeah. Well, the beach is about to blow up. I know all the kids are about to get out of public school. I know this is the last week for my kids in Coweta. I'm pretty sure it's the last week for Fayette County.
Yeah.
I know a lot of
got out this past Friday.
Okay, so they were a week early. All right, Nice. So then beaches are about to be crowded for everyone going down there on summer break. So I'm glad she's enjoying it.
Can't wait.
All right, man. Well, you guys are going to be down there enjoying it soon too.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to that, dude.
I am.
I got you.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and lakes and the oceans that you're used to.
Words to live by.